Ladies and gentlemen, it is your favorite Zionist prince, Tala Traveling Klat, coming to you live right now. We've got a pretty remarkable video, Al-Qaeda emboldening terrorists to hit the streets of the United States. If you don't know, there's riots happening all across the U.S. right now. Some were breaking out in L.A., they're starting to break out in Atlanta. If you haven't watched my video covering it, we're going to be covering it here on the channel. It's either going to be uploaded before or after this, but Al-Qaeda, the terrorist group, is jumping into the mix right now. If you don't know, just to add a little bit of coverage to this, first, this is what the tweet says. This is from Right Angle News Network. Breaking: Al-Qaeda leader Saad bin Atif al-Awlaki just called for every able-bodied Muslim in the United States to commit acts of terror and attempt to assassinate President Trump and his cabinet. If you don't know, currently the leader of Syria, al-Julani, the leader of HTS, is an Al-Qaeda affiliated group. So we do have Al-Qaeda kind of in power again in the world that we live in today. We're going to take a look at this clip, do a little reaction to it, but just keep this in mind in the context of what's going on right now. In the U.S., there are protests and riots happening all over the country. It is the perfect time for something like this to strike. We're seeing a lot of just craziness break out across the world. So let's take a look at what Al-Qaeda is jumping in to say.
ثم إننا ندعو ومن الآن كإجراء عملي أولي كل مسلم على أرض أمريكا الكافرة المجرمة المتغطرسة سواء أكان من أصول عربية أم أمريكية أو غيرها، المهم أن يكون دينه الإسلام ونبيه محمدا عليه الصلاة والسلام، والذين بلغ تعدادهم 4.5 مليون مسلما في أمريكا وحدها. نقول لهم جميعا: الثأر الثأر، لا تشاوروا أحدا في قتل الأمريكان الكفرة، ولتكن همتكم كبيرة وقائمة استهدافاتكم مؤثرة، فدونكم عتاة الأرض وأكابر مجرميها، فهذا ترامب ونائبه، وهذا مستشاره وداعمه ماليا وإداريا وتقنيا إيلون ماسك، وهذان وزيرا خارجيته ودفاعه وأهلوهم أجمعين، وكل من يمت لساسة البيت الأبيض بصلة أو قرابة.
Pretty heavy stuff. Pretty heavy stuff. We'll go through this one more time. I wanna open up in saying this is the problem with the Muslim world. Okay, it's not all Muslims, but here's an issue. He says, and there are 4.5 million Muslims in America alone. To the Muslims who hate Islamophobia and hate that all Muslims get generalized for terrorism or for promoting terrorism, you have to understand something. When an ISIS group, an ISIS-linked terrorist group like Al-Qaeda, who has already had major issues with the United States of America in the past, major conflict with America in the past, has emboldened terrorism on the streets of America in the past, when a terrorist group like this labels 4.5 Muslims in the United States, 4.5 million Muslims in the US, he drags every single Muslim in America into this story. Now, as Muslims, because you have an issue with terrorism in your community, and it is true, regardless of if you like it or not, there is an issue. If you want Americans and Christians and Jews to not fear you and to not be emboldened into Islamophobia and to not have a fear of Islam, not have a fear of Muslims, you need to come out and disavow this video right now. You need to have a representative who stands up on stage and says, we do not associate. This has nothing to do with us. It's not racist for you guys to do so. It's not racist for you to feel like you have to. It's not bad, because you need to disassociate with this. If you don't disassociate with this, terrorist acts that will happen in the streets of America in the name of Islam will be linked to all Muslims. Sorry, that's how it works when your group has an issue with terrorism. It's not Christian groups and Jewish people who are committing acts of terrorism. You don't see Christian groups and Jewish groups and Hindu groups calling for the acts of terrorism on the streets of America. You have to disavow this. But the problem is, and I'll say this like this openly, as much as I know many of you guys in my audience are like anti-Muslim, you hate Islam, and I know that's the truth, and I'm not going to blame you for it. I'm just going to say it hasn't been my personal experience to hate Islam or to hate Muslim groups. I've had overwhelmingly positive experiences, besides with the jihadism that I've had to deal with in my life generally, and that my family for 3 generations have had to deal with. I personally have had positive experiences with so many Muslims around the world. I even recently traveled to an incredibly hospitable Muslim country that sort of changed my whole perspective or emboldened me even more to advocate for Muslim, Jewish, Christian coexistence. So it can't be all Muslims. But the problem is when Muslims don't step up to the plate and call their community out on their own shit when their shit stank, it's a major, major, major issue. I want to take a moment to say, if you do believe in my message and believe in what I do here on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel right now because I could use all the help I can. It seriously helps the channel. We're trying to hit 500,000 subscribers. So if you like me, you like what I do here, you like my commentary, please subscribe right now. It's a great way to help the channel. Let's get back into the video again. So he says there are 4.5 million Muslims in America alone. I'm saying to all of them, revenge, revenge. Don't consult anyone about killing infidel Americans. I would say the creepiest part of this is that he provides a list. And okay, I want to make a connection real quick. There's been a warning for a while now from people, especially on American borders, during Biden's administration, during Biden's rule in America, that there were extremist Muslims, and we know that it was happening, breaking in through Central and South America into the USA. And you have to imagine that those undocumented, potentially terrorist-affiliated people, don't forget, Lebanon's or Hezbollah's biggest base outside of Lebanon is in South America and Argentina. They have an open terrorist network in South America. South Africa has Hamas, and those flights have been open. People could have arrived in Central South America and traveled into the USA. And you have to imagine we have terrorists in America. And I'm not sure how much. There are sleeper cells, 100% of terrorism, of Islamic terrorism from the Middle East in the streets of America amongst everybody. And this right here, the creepiest thing to me is that this Al-Qaeda man seems to know that that is the truth. He's labeling for the people who may not be so inclined. This is Trump. This is his vice president. This is Elon Musk, his advisor. These are his supporters. These are this is Marco Rubio, the Secretary of Defense. It's so creepy because it's literally giving a hit list to what feels like potential people that may not be in the know. And they may be just sitting in America as sleeper cells. And this is like a wake up and go and attack America thing. I am freaked out. I'm very, 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 I don't want to say afraid, but I'm very weary of what's going to happen in America in the near future. I can only imagine a shit scenario where there's an Islamic terrorist attack and then we go back to a major offensive, major war in the Middle East. And then that basically pushes Iran to the side, lets the IRGC keep getting stronger and stronger in Iran. This has the potential to be a really, really big mess. But it's to be seen now. I wish everybody in America to peace. Please be wary. Please be aware of what's going on with you, especially Christian, right side conservative communities and Jewish communities. Please stick together. Be friends. Work together. Jews and Christians, conservative Jews, conservative Christians, you guys need to stand together right now. It's not the time to be divided on who killed Jesus and who did this and who did that. It is time for Christians and Jews to stand together in the face of radical Islam that is coming to America and to the West. Please be safe. Please stick together. I wish you guys all well, and I love you a long time. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, clats.
If you believe in my content and want to support me, just know your help is needed. There's a bunch of great ways to support me, being PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, or joining my Patreon community down below. Patreon is the best way to support my channel, and you'll get a bunch of cool perks depending on what tier you join. Another great way to support me is by buying my merchandise on thetravelingclat.com. I regularly drop new merch designs like this beautiful hat, or this amazing shirt, where you can support the channel and get something cool for yourself. I also have an amazing Discord community with people from all over the world. Thank you so much for your support.